Wie immer, weg mit den Söckchen und Hallöchen zu einem weiteren Yoga-Stream. So. Ich hoffe, euch allen geht es soweit gut. Erstmal guten Morgen. Es ist 10:30 Uhr. Und heute machen wir wieder eine Runde Yoga. Yoga. Ich liebe Yoga. Ja. Update zu gestern. Meinen Fingern geht's wieder gut. Also sie sind immer noch ein bisschen empfindlich, aber es ist schon 1000-mal besser als gestern. Also ich weiß ja echt nicht, was das war. Ich habe jetzt sogar erstmal kurz hier meine Haare mal aus dem Weg machen. Ja, ich weiß, ich flippe meine Haare immer nach vorne, weil meine Haare nämlich so lang sind, wenn ich die hinter meinem Rücken irgendwie weiter flechten würde. Diese Flexibilität habe ich leider nicht in meinen Schultern. Dabei sind meine Haare ja eigentlich gar nicht mal so lang. Hallo Flori. Na, alles fresh bei dir? Warst ja gestern gar nicht bei der Rina im Stream dabei. So. Da sind die Haare aus dem Weg. Meine Flusis sind hier trotzdem noch am Start. Es wäre ja schließlich nicht ich, wenn ich keine Flusis hätte. Und dann schicke ich aber gerade noch mal das an die liebe Nadine, falls sie mitmachen möchte. Und dann schicke ich es auch noch mal Deutsch ist so eine schwere Sprache. Auch noch mal an die Laura. Und dann würde ich sagen, warten wir noch mal einen Moment. Und wer hier ist, der kann erstmal einen Schluck mit mir trinken, bevor hier alles startet. Ah, funktioniert es jetzt wieder, Nadine, mit dem Schreiben? Ich sehe es. Ich habe dir eben gerade auf Instagram das nochmal geschickt, weil ich mir nicht sicher war. Bevor ich wieder anfange und es irgendwie, keine Ahnung, nicht angezeigt wurde. Dass ich ja live bin. Ja, aber freut mich, dass du da bist. Genau, heute machen wir wieder eine Runde Yoga. 45 Minuten. Heute habe ich wieder meine englischsprachige Dame am Start. Und genau, ich würde dann sagen, ich gucke mal, ob ich das später nicht vielleicht wieder einen Link reinschicke, dass falls das jemand so nochmal nachgucken möchte. Also die liebe Dame heißt Ali Mass, also Ali mit Y, MAZ von Lululemon. Und den Kurs, den ich jetzt hier anmachen werde, das ist einfach Everyday Vinyasa Flow. Und das ist quasi viel mit, sag ich mal, so Drehungen und sowas drin, wo man quasi die Durchblutung von den Organen ein bisschen mit anregt. Deswegen finde ich das eigentlich ganz cool. Hallo! So. Bei dir war der Chat wieder abgestürzt. Das ist aber irgendwie komisch. Also, das ist aber komisch, weil andere konnten mir nämlich auch schreiben. Vielleicht ist es echt einfach nur so ein Ding, dass Twitch da halt, wie gesagt, manchmal ja, seine 5 Minuten hat, weil das hatte ich nämlich auch schon ein paar Mal. Je nachdem, um was für eine Uhrzeit das ist und wie viele Leute eben gerade auf Twitch unterwegs sind, kann das da schon mal passieren. Aber gut. So, ich gucke jetzt hier erstmal, dass die Lautstärke laut genug ist. Und wenn es nicht laut genug ist, dann lasst es mich einfach wissen. Und ja.
Detoxification and a little bit more heat building. So you're going to find some poses that may be a little bit more challenging, but really good to keep your mind focused and be connected to your breath. All right, so we're going to start in a seated position. And again, if you need to elevate the hips slightly, which will be a little less intense for your hip creases, go ahead and do that now. And then all you're going to do is you're going to slide your hand, and you're going to actually sit on your hand. The sit bone is rooted into sort of where the fingertips are. We're going to start with the neck stretch. So you're just going to gently lean your left ear towards your left shoulder, away from this right shoulder. So you're getting a really, really nice stretch down the right side of the neck. You can kind of play with this a little bit. You can kind of tip your chin towards your shoulder or stay with your head center. Just a few breaths here. You can close your eyes if that feels good. Just finding a little bit more of an inhale. For me, I'm quite tight through my side body, so I'm actually feeling it even more so for my ribs as well. So really good way to open up the practice. And once you've had enough on this side, just gently switching, replacing a hand, left hand goes underneath, sitting up nice and tall. Take a breath in to elongate, and then exhale, just tipping away from that shoulder. This is really good if you're typing or texting quite a bit and you can kind of get the soreness through your elbows. This will help lengthen things out there as well. So deep breath in and deep breath out. And again, when you're ready, just releasing, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to do a seated cat-cow today, so stay exactly as you are, hands on your knees, and as you inhale, you're just going to press the chest forward, holding the shoulder blades behind you on your back, and then as you exhale, you're going to rock off your sit bones, really hollowing out through the core and dropping your chin towards your chest. So inhaling up into the sit bones. If your neck feels okay, take your gaze up. And then as you exhale, tipping chin into the chest, hollowing out, pulling navel to spine. Again, inhale, guiding the chest up, so stretching through the tissues of the lungs. Exhale, starting to feel that core strength already coming into play by pulling your navel in towards your spine. And then just two more like that. Inhale, opening, gaze goes up. And exhale, breathing all the way out, sliding the hands forward and really rounding. And one more time, inhaling. And exhaling, breathing all the way out. Longest breath of your day, all the way releasing. And then coming back to neutral. Right hand is going to come behind your sacrum. Left hand is going to be placed onto your right knee. Sitting up nice and tall, just a little seated twist. So you want to feel the pelvis anchored. This is going to come into play in our other twists that we're going to find seated, standing, and balancing. So pelvis nice and even, twist coming from your center. The inhale elongates you, and the exhale deepens the twist. And then take it to the other side. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind you. Sit bones nice and steady and stable. Take a breath in to get tall, and then exhale. You're releasing. So just gently, if you think about a wet washcloth being wrung out, same sort of feeling going on through your center. And then coming back through the middle, and we're going to come onto your hands into your knees. So you're going to set yourself up so that your knees are directly underneath your hips. So your left hand is going to go right below your face on the mat, and then drawing the core in. Again, twisting, right arm comes up towards the ceiling. As we exhale, the right hand is going to slide through this little window. You're going to place the shoulder down, and then you're just going to drop the right ear or temple to the mat. Left hand can stay planted firmly, and I like to just press gently through the right sit bone towards the right to get a little bit more stretch through my shoulder blade. If this feels good, checks out okay, you can kind of experiment. The left arm can go up towards the ceiling, or you can wrap this hand behind your lower back, grabbing a hold of the right inner thigh, and taking your gaze up, or just softly closing your eyes and breathing right here. So loosening up some of the tighter muscles that sit in the upper back. And then when you're ready, release. Left hand comes down. Right hand will plug in right below your face. Belly draws in. Left arm comes up towards the ceiling. And as we exhale, you're going to swoop that left arm through. You're going to land sort of just on the shoulder. Left ear comes down. Right hand can brace the floor as you press your hips just gently towards the left. And again, your options here are right arm extending or sliding behind the back, tucking into that left thigh. From here, I like to either tuck or untuck the toes, depends on how your knees feel, so you can play around with that a little bit. And it's important in our twists when you're feeling that bind to the center, the more breath, the better. So just sending it into the stickier places. And then we'll release. kind of lengthen out, and then we'll sit back onto our heels. So this is a breathing exercise. It's going to just continue the core strength, so really getting us engaging belly button, drawing back towards the spine. It's going to move the breath, so it's going to heat the body up, which is going to create that detoxification as well. I want you just to focus on your exhalation. The inhale is like a rebound, so you don't have to think about the inhale. It's going to happen naturally, but you're going to think about the exhalation, pulling your belly button, snapping it back towards your spine. So I'll just kind of take a go at it, and you can follow along. If I'm going too quickly, you can slow it down. So you're going to sit up nice and tall. You're going to take a comfortable inhale, and then you're going to start with that exhalation, pulling belly back. So when you're ready, inhale and exhale, begin. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale all the way out. Just notice how you feel. You can take that one more round if you'd like. I usually go for about 50 exhales, if you can.
Also, für die, die jetzt nicht richtig verstanden haben, was sie gemacht hat, sie hat einfach nur tief eingeatmet und hat beim Ausatmen, mit dem Ausatmen hat sie versucht, ihren Bauch anzuspannen, um die Luft rauszudrücken. Das heißt, jedes Mal, wenn sie ausgeatmet hat, hat sie ihren Bauch vorher angespannt, um die Luft rauszudrücken. Ich würde das jetzt nochmal nach hinten spulen, einfach noch einmal machen, weil ich finde das nämlich ganz interessant.
Core strength, so really heat the body up, which is exhalation. The inhale is like a rebound, so you don't belly button, and you can follow along. If I'm going too quickly, you can slow it down. So you're going to sit up nice and tall. You're going to take a comfortable inhale, and then you're going to start with that exhalation, pulling belly back. So when you're ready, inhale and exhale, begin. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale all the way out. Just notice how you feel. You can take that one more round if you'd like. I usually go for about 50 exhales if you can. So you can take that. You can
Ja, genau.
Or you can follow me.
Genau, Nadine.
When you're ready.
Das geht so in den Bauch rein, wenn man das richtig macht.
And send the hips up.
So, herabschauender Hund erstmal.
So you're looking for spreading the fingertips nice and wide. You've got a good claw. Your hands into the mat. Hips are up. Soften the knees if you need to. And just taking your time in downward facing dog. So just pedaling out depending on how your legs feel. It's a good moment to tap into your breath. Just release through your head, through your neck. And to continue to heat the body, we're going to start to move into a sun salutation. So step yourself forward. Feet are hips distance apart and parallel. Fingertips can stay on the mat or come to your shins as we lengthen into our first flat back. So inhale, growing tall. And exhale, releasing. On your inhale, we're going to roll up slowly. So bend your knees quite a bit. Send your tailbone down through your heels. Again, that same scooping or hollowing of the belly, really important. And this is just going to create little pockets of space between each and every vertebra of your spine. As you arrive, really lifting the chest, releasing the hands, standing in your first mountain pose, Tadasana. Take a breath as you arrive. And as you exhale, just feel yourself grounding back down into the floor. So feeling the skin of your feet pressing into the rubber of your yoga mat. And on your inhale, we'll begin to flow. So arms are going to reach up. As you exhale, let's swan dive. So reach your arms as far away from you as possible, really leading with the center of the chest to open. On your in-breath, flat back. And on your out-breath, really release. I'm going to step back to high plank pose, top of a push-up position. Let's hold our high plank here for a moment. So shoulders are over the wrists. So you're really engaging the legs here, so thinking about hugging your muscles to your bones, and that's going to create a little bit more buoyancy. On your exhale, elbows close. Lower yourself all the way to the floor and tuck your toes. Inhale into your first cobra. And this can just be a little baby one, so ribs stay on the mat, shoulder blades wrap back. Chest is nice and forward, gaze goes a little forward. Take one more breath right here. Maybe pressing up a little bit higher. And as we exhale, release. I'm going to take two more. This time a little different. Fingertips are going to come off of your mat. So kind of pushing down through the finger pads, really getting the shoulder blades looped onto the back. Then again, low or high cobra. Inhale. And exhale. And we'll take one more, rolling through. Inhale to lift up. And exhale to release. Hands are going to slide back underneath your shoulders, tucking your toes. Come to hands and knees and press back to downward facing dog. All right, we're going to move into our lunge pose. So the right leg is going to lift up, keeping the hips nice and square, really active through these back toes. So pushing down and forward the hands, up and nice and high with the right leg. Step your right foot to your right thumb. We're going to drop this back knee down onto the mat, and you can pad this knee if it's feeling a little sensitive or a little tender. From here, we're going to take our hands onto our front thigh, and then hands are going to come to center chest. Left elbow hooks over right thigh, and we're going to twist.
Linke Seite.
So from here,
Auf die
you're
rechte
bracing the
Seite.
upper arm bone into outer thigh bone. This is going to keep you nice and stable as you find the twist. A little bit more of an advanced variation, you're going to pick up that back knee. Gaze is going to go towards your right. You're going to breathe deeply. The belly gets a bit constricted here, so think about breathing up into your collarbones and exhale, pulling your navel towards your spine. Now, if this is too intense of a twist for you, if you've got something going on in the back or the belly, you can take the left hand off the mat and take the right arm up. So this is going to create a lot more space for you.
Also wer das so nicht kann, kann auch die Hand ablegen
I'm going to take one more breath right here.
und es so machen.
And exhale all the way up. And release your right hand to the floor. And we're going to step back to downward facing dog. Now between sides, you can take optional vinyasa. So you can hang on downward facing dog. You can also come down to child's pose. But if you'd like, you can come forward into your high plank. This is going to keep the heat being sort of stoked and built in the body. Exhale, lower. Inhale into your back bend, high or low. And push back, downward facing dog. Take a moment just to come back to your breath. And when you're ready, left side, left leg lifts up. Step left foot to left thumb. Place the back knee first. And take it up. So from here on twist, you always want to feel the elongation of the spine first. So you're feeling the lift and then the twist. Right elbow to thigh, hands into prayer pose. You're welcome to stay here. If you want to add a little bit more juice, you light up the back leg. Back leg has muscle hugs to bone, so you're getting a firm sort of grip of the bone, and that's going to keep you a lot more buoyant. Again, stage 2, if you need a little more space. Say you just ate lunch. I did. You need some space for your belly. You want to take it up this way. Okay, so the thought, the twist, everything is getting toned, so all the internal organs are getting this deep, deep squeeze. What's happening right here? When you release this, it's fresh blood, it's fresh oxygen just moving through your belly. So good to wake you up, so good to release toxins. So here you are, we'll take one more breath. Release by exhaling, stepping back to downward dog, and then optional vinyasa, so coming forward and cycling through. Instead of downward dog, you can come back to child's pose here and just drop forehead to the mat. So you can just stay here in your child's pose and just really check in on how you feel. So much of our yoga practice is, yes, it's physical. You can feel I'm out of breath a little bit. But it's also mental. So can you actually be physically in your body keeping your mental awareness right here in the present moment. And then when we're doing things that are challenging or heat building, it's digging up, often on an emotional level as well. So as you rest in child's pose, just taking an observation of what's going on with my physical body, where's my head at, and then how's my heart doing? What's coming up for me in this moment? So just take one more breath right here. And when you're ready, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. I'm going to look forward to your hands. We'll step or hop up to the top. Lengthen into flat back. And exhale, breathe it out. In this forward fold, you're going to take your peace finger. So your first finger, your second finger, and you're going to slide them right between your big toe and your second toe. This is called yogi toe lock. So if you're quite tight in your hamstrings and low back, bend your knees quite a bit to do so. Once you have the grip, I want you to shift your hips right over your heels. Draw your chin in towards your chest. If you have some more length here, you're going to start to work the legs a bit more towards straight. And then you're going to use the grip of your upper body to pull down on the toes, or pull up rather, so the hips are going higher and you're drawing yourself closer towards your legs. And even though you're working the upper body here, careful that you're not over doing it. You want to keep that intensity out of the shoulders. So think about sit bones pointing upwards, crown of the head pointing downwards. Take one more breath right here. And exhale all the way out. Releasing your toes, looking forward into flat back. Exhaling it out. Inhaling to rise all the way up to stand. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhaling to reach the arms up. And exhale back to that swan dive, so leading with the center of the chest, feeling the legs a little more open now. Flat back. Exhale. Again, this is your option for vinyasa. You can step or hop back. You can also skip it and hang out in downward facing dog. All right, feet together, right leg reaches up towards the sky. Step right foot to right thumb. This time you're going to spin the back heel flat. So you want to see the back foot parallel to the short end of your mat. So you've got a big warrior two stance. And you're going to come on up and find your arms in a T shape. So what we're looking for here is that the creases of your wrists and your ankles are the same distance apart. So it's quite a wide stance. Gazes over your fingertips, right knees over your right ankle. We're just going to stay and hold this nice and steady, finding your breath. I'm going to try to keep the shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Again, thinking about that fusion, physical body holding a posture, noticing where the mind is at, noticing what it brings up for you. I often like to flip my palms and close my eyes. It just feels a little bit softer, a little bit less intense. And then we're going to transition. The right elbow is going to come onto the right thigh. The left bicep is going to come over your ear. This is side angle pose. So for most of us, this is going to feel the best for our hips, is keeping the forearm connected to your thigh. The other option would be if you have a block or you can reach the floor, fingertips will come to the inner edge of the right heel, and then this left bicep will swoop up and over your left ear, full extension, side angle pose. So this one, belly is open, we're not sort of in that deep twist, we're releasing, giving the belly a little bit of space while still opening up the hips. Another breath in and out. Little transitions. We're going to keep the heat in the hips. Left hand, left leg, right arm up. This is goddess, just as a transition, and then windmill. Hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. Little vinyasa here if you want it. Inhaling up, and you can choose low, high, cobra, or upward facing dog. And then meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. And exhale, step the left foot to your left thumb. Take the back heel down and open up into warrior two. So again, nice wide stance here. Connecting in with your breath. You want to see that the front heel is bisecting that back arch of your foot. And this is preparing you, again, getting you deeper, more warmth through the hips. And then we'll take it to our side angle. So this time, left forearm meets your left thigh, right bicep over the ear. And again, if you wish to go deeper, left fingertips can touch down onto the floor. Just make sure you're not feeling too much intensity in this left side, and then right bicep over the ear. And you want to feel one long, energetic line all the way from the outer blade of the right foot through the body out through the fingertips. And the twist here is coming from the left side. So if you think about your left belly, left side of the chest twisting up towards the ceiling. And then rooting your feet down. So push down to rise up. Right hand is going to come to your right leg. Left arm is going to reach up and over into Goddess Warrior or Exalted Warrior. And then windmill hands. Left hand, right hand, step back. Again, vinyasa if you wish. Skip it. Hang out child's pose or downward dog. And push back, exhale. So you're going to look forward, step or hop back to the front of your mat. Lengthen as you inhale, and then exhale, bow. So this time with your forward fold, a little bit different. You're going to take both of your hands, and you are going to slide them directly underneath your feet. So again, lots of bend in the knees to get the hands there. You want to make sure the toes line up right at the creases of your wrists. And you want to just shift forward a little bit. I like to wiggle my toes to actually massage at the creases of my wrists. I really like this one for stretching and sort of releasing through the thoracic spine, so the middle of the back. So the feeling is pushing down into your hands, but at the same time almost trying to pull your hands out from underneath. If you have more flexibility through your hamstrings, you can really bow in here. So again, I'm pushing down, stepping into my hands, at the same time almost feeling like I want to pull my hands out from underneath. Lots of blood flow to the brain here. One of the best ways we have to re-energize ourselves. Taking out a lot of that compression through your lower back. And often our lower back is tight because our hamstrings are really tight. So getting this opening in the hamstrings is really going to help you find a little bit more release through your lower back. And pulling the core in, so belly button to spine, is going to help support that action. Release the hands and give them a little shake or a little roll. Same thing as before, sucking navel to spine, tucking tail, and we're going to roll all the way up to the top. Let yourself settle a little bit. I'm going to find a balance using our peace fingers. So, you're going to step, again, hip width distance apart. You're going to shift the weight over into your left foot. You're going to take a hold of your right knee with your right hand. This is option 1. If you have a little bit more opening through your hamstring, you're going to take your peace fingers and you're going to grab a hold of your big toe for option 2. Left hand can come onto the hip. Option 3, you're going to kick this right heel forward. It can stay bent. If you've got the flexibility, go for a kick forward. Everything is going to go to the right. So whether you have the knee or the foot, everything's being pushed out towards the right. Left hand is going to the left. Index finger and thumb are going to touch for Yana Mudra. It's just going to give you a little bit more focus. And you're going to stay here in balance. If you want to change your drishti, your eye focus, you can go to the left, which is going to throw your balance off. You can take the time just to find it here, breathing. Then you're going to come back to the center, take it all in, release it, whew, and shake it out. And then you're going to find the other side. So weight is in the right foot, left hand, left knee.
Andere Seite.
Peace fingers. Two big toes.
Also entweder den hier
Option
oder der kann
3, kick it out. You
festhalten.
want to keep the hips nice and centered as you take the left leg out towards the left, right arm towards the right.
Beziehungsweise zur Seite.
And switch your balance here. You can take mudra. Keeping the eyes nice and steady. Muscles in the legs really working to hug the bones for some buoyancy. Try not to hold your breath like I'm doing. And release your
Umfallen ist okay.
center. Drop the knee.
So, Mitte,
Shake your legs out.
runter.
We'll iron it out with one vinyasa coming to the front of your mat. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, we come down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Step or hop back to high plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift the heart. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Gazing forward to your hands. You're going to step or hop all the way to the front of your mat. And then you're going to sit all the way down. So, we're going to come into a little bit of core work. Keeping with our theme of heat. This is a few variations here to suit you.
So,
So you're
Bauchtraining.
on your sit bones. Legs are going to come out. Option when you're holding the legs, this is going to take the pressure off of your hip flexors. So if you're feeling like these guys are like ropes, clinging, trying to hold your legs, hold the legs so that you can really access the core more. So this is stage 1. Stage 2, my hands are off. Stage 3, my legs are straight. So now all I'm doing is I'm lowering just the lower back onto the mat. I'm squeezing navel to spine. This is our Navasana. Exhale, I'm breathing out. I like to breathe out through my mouth to come all the way to the top. So again, we're going down on inhale. And up on exhale. Down on inhale, navel pulls into spine. And up, exhale. Inhale, belly button to spine. Imagine there was like a little mandarin orange between your chin and your chest. Try to keep it so you don't strain your neck. 2 more times, inhale. If you are shaking, means you are doing it right. 1 more time, inhale. The slower you go, the more intense exhale. Come to the top, drop your knees, fold over,
Whew.
catch your breath.
Hey,
And
hey,
now
hey,
we're
hey.
gonna find the seated twist. So keeping that activation in the core. Left leg is gonna come out.
Jetzt bei
Staying
gerade.
with your finger seam, you're gonna grab a hold of your right big toe. Left hand, left big toe. See if you can take your foot off the mat. So this is going to engage you deep into your lower abdominals. If you weren't holding your core, you'll roll back. So you can feel that, kind of where that tipping point is. Okay? Stage 1 is here, holding the core in, shaking, call it sewing machine abs because it feels like your whole body is wiggling. Stage 2, you're going to tuck the knees into your chest and you're going to start to work towards straight legs. As you do this, you want to keep the rounding out of your spine. You want to really pull in and out. Okay, and then stage 3, legs open up. Try to press the shoulders down the back. You're same kind of feeling, gripping the toes, pulling the thigh bones into their sockets. More nice and engaged. And then releasing.
Oh.
And then we're going to take another vinyasa just to iron out to
Oh,
open
wow.
up the core. So plant your hands, roll over,
Vinyasa.
step back, cycle through. Maybe staying a little bit longer just to feel an opening through the front. And then exhale, push back. Same thing, you're going to step forward, hop forward, come to sit down. Left leg up. This time you're going to take a hold of this right foot. So you're going to work in opposition. So your left hand is going to grab a hold of the outer blade.
Rechts Bein, hoch.
Left hand.
Linker Arm greift
Again, you can sit
von
up on
außen
something
an
just
das
to elevate
Bein
the
ran.
pelvis here. You can stay here with a bent knee. If you have the opening, straighten the leg. This right arm is going to swing back to the right. And we're going to find a twist here.
Also entweder angewinkelt
So
oder
same
wer kann
principles we're
gerade.
working with, really grounding through the seat, pulling in through the core, and twisting through the middle. And this can definitely be done with a bent knee. And then coming back to the center, releasing, trying the other side.
Andere Seite.
Right hand, outer edge of the left foot, sitting nice and tall. What you want to avoid is that kind of curling or rounding through your lower back. Flexing through the foot, really important. That's where you're going to get the really good calf stretch happening here. Hamstring staying long, sit tall, inhale, and then exhale. Press around to the left. And don't worry about how far you twist. You just want to get whatever mobility is right for you through the center of the If you feel like you're rounding, bend the knee. You can sit up and create that length through your low back. And then you're going to come back to the center. You're going to release, shake it out a little bit. And now we're going to find just a little bit more balance here. So soles of the feet are going to come together. And this can work one of two ways. You can take the heels away from your inner thighs, and you might feel this more sort of in the outer legs. So in the IT bands and maybe a little bit deeper into the root of the hips. You can experiment with this, also taking the heels in quite close to you, which you're going to feel a little bit more of the inner legs, the inner groins opening. You're just going to walk gently forward. And this is really where you get to enjoy that heat. So all of that build through your standing postures, your balances, the core, especially when you're heating up the core from the inside out. That's a really, really good heat builder, the tapas. That's the detoxification. So we're looking at our detoxification in this practice as, yes, the physical body is getting that release, but the purification of the mind, when you're able to keep the mind focused and clear on one thing, it purifies all the other kind of chit-chat that goes along with it. And what you also probably know is just the way when you move your body and you're connected to your breath, there is an emotional release. So in this pose, yes, you're opening your hips that tend to kind of hold some of the locked emotion. As you settle into the hips, I want you to really pay attention to what's going on. I like to flip the palms to face upward. Just signifies like just letting go. I'm not in control. I'm not gripping or holding too tight. I'm softening. I'm in a place of surrender in my body. Here you just let the belly be soft, so there's no holding. And then slowly you're going to roll yourself all the way up. You're going to take the knees into your chest, and we're going to come to lie down on your back. So on your back, you're going to set the feet flat onto the mat. So your heels are going to be directly underneath your knees. Arms are beside your body. Your feet are hip width distance apart, parallel. You're going to push down through the floor, and you're going to lift your hips up just into a simple bridge pose. If you have a deeper back bending practice, you're welcome to rock out a wheel here. Today, just going to instruct your bridge pose. You can stay here or walking, elbows and shoulders underneath you, interlacing your fingertips. And then I like to breathe super deep into my belly. So if you think about all of those twists, now you've got full rein here for the whole belly just to breathe really, really big. Creating lots of space in your torso. Really exposing the front body. You can come up onto your tiptoes just to intensify a little bit more. And then walking the elbows and shoulders out from underneath you. Same thing that we've been doing. That drawing in of the abdomen, rolling the spine all the way down. And then we'll take the soles of the feet together. So soles of the feet are touching. The knees are wide. We've created the same butterfly shape. This time you're on the floor. It's a lot more relaxing, much more passive. You can place hand on heart and hand on belly. If you're feeling this too intensely through your inner legs, you can do the exact opposite. So the feet can come wide and the knees can knock together. I find that really relaxing for my sacrum and my lower back. So again, just softening, closing the eyes. Our yoga practice has this beautiful ability to wake us up on all levels. So just feel yourself just surfacing, coming forward, really embodying. Slowly drawing the knees, cradling them into the chest. Giving yourself a little rock side to side. And then from here, your legs are going to go straight up towards the sky. This one's called dead bug pose, so this is just exactly like what you think it is. So the legs are straight up towards the sky. So are your arms. It's a softness through your elbows and your knees. So you don't want anything to be too intense. It's really just about softening. So you want to feel the heads of your arm bones sinking into the shoulder girdle. So really, really relax. Same thing with your thigh bones. All of the blood flow is moving from your hands and your feet, so your extremities, down into the pelvis, down into the chest. And this is going to do is just really improve circulation. So you've built up all this really beautiful heat in the body, and now we're just going to turn the circulation the opposite way. So this is a really nice restorative pose. If you're close to a wall, stick your legs up the wall. You can stay here as long as you like, just to get a good blood flow. I like to shake here too. Shaking is really, really beautiful as a healing methodology. Just shaking, removing, releasing. It's really good for the muscles just to sort of dangle from the bone. So you're just dropping, grounding, letting everything release. And then we'll take Happy Baby, another pose that sounds exactly like what it is. So you're grabbing a hold of the feet, the outer edges of the feet, you're drawing the knees down. Keeping your feet nice and active, so this is going to deepen you again into your hip sockets that we've been working to heat up and kind of release any of the stickiness there. So this is a little bit more passive, a little bit more easy through your whole system. And you can rock a little side to side if that feels good. If you have more opening in the legs, I like to straighten one leg and then the other. If your body doesn't do that, it's totally fine. Okay, we're going to release your feet back down. Take your feet as wide as your mat, and you're just going to windshield wiper from side to side. And then you're going to leave your knees over to one side. It's a really, really simple twist, just exactly like this. If you want to deepen this left ankle can cross over the right knee. Arms in a table or cactus shape. At this point of the practice, you're just slowing the breath down completely. If you're feeling any sensitivity in the lower back, drop that foot. So twists are a really good way to balance the whole system as well. So we've seen it kind of standing, seated, in powerful poses. This is like the chill moment. So no effort at all in the body. You just switch it up. You can scoot your pelvis the other way, rock the knees towards the right. You can go ankle to knee if that feels good. Or you can just keep the heel where it is.
Zu wenig Platz.
Open up your palms into that same sort of release, surrender mudra. Just that beautiful moment where you realize all the hard work is done. So just let yourself completely release into the mat. Whenever you feel complete, there's no rush. You'll start to move your body into Shavasana. So sliding your limbs out nice and long, opening your palms. If there's anything that would make you feel more comfortable on your back, maybe covering yourself in a blanket or putting something over your eyes or putting just gentle music in the background, something where you can really let yourself be at ease. We live such busy lives, and we often don't give ourselves the opportunity just to completely rest and reset. So give yourself that space. You don't need to fabricate or manipulate the breath in any way. If you just give yourself over to the floor, let the bones be super heavy, the body will actually breathe you. As you lay here, just feeling the space that exists after that initial flush out of movement, of breath, of blood flow, of intention. As you continue to fall back, feeling the body you to release the toxic waste. It could just be through the exhalation. Could be anything on the mind that's been weighing you down, toxic thoughts, beliefs. This practice connects us to what is really true and what is really real, and it allows us to see our lives and perhaps the situations and the people that feel toxic. Our yoga really sharpens this sense in us to figure out what feels real and connected and true, and then helps us kind of sever the cords of whatever feels fake, false, disconnected. So if you have time, I invite you to stay on your back just a little bit longer. Get ready to close your practice. Just start to wiggle fingers and toes.
Das war mal wieder gut.
Come back to your seated position whenever you feel ready, sitting up nice and tall.
Ja, das war's soweit auch schon. Ich will hier gerade mal gucken. Eigentlich hatte ich noch vor. Also erstmal, ich hoffe, ihr seid alle gut angekommen nach der Yoga-Phase hier. Ja, was ich jetzt mache, ich mache hier wie immer auf Instagram, mache ich hier wieder Schluss, weil es sind heute gar nicht so viele Leute, die auf Instagram zu gucken, deswegen bleibe ich einfach mal auf Twitch. Und da danke fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. So, jetzt habe ich das nämlich erstmal ausgemacht. Dann speichere ich das nämlich mal eben. Wenn ich das gespeichert habe, dann würde ich nämlich hier noch weiter ein paar Rückenübungen machen, weil ich ja mittwochs eigentlich immer vorhatte, entweder Bauch oder dann noch eine Rückenübung nach dem Yoga zu machen. Ja, letztes Mal hat das ja leider nicht so funktioniert. Oh, mich hat jemand angerufen. So, also wer da wie gesagt jetzt noch mal ein bisschen Rücken mitüben möchte, kann da noch ein bisschen Rücken mitüben. Ansonsten kann man natürlich auch woanders hinschalten, was anderes machen. Ich mache hier gerade mal ein bisschen Musik an. So. Damit es nicht ganz so ruhig ist. So. Speichern, speichern, speichern. So. Gut, dann habe ich das jetzt erstmal. Und dann bin ich mal gespannt, wie viele hier jetzt noch mitmachen. Mit meinen paar Rückenübungen, die ich hier mal zusammengestellt hatte. So. Also jetzt habe ich wie immer hier meine Hilfe, falls jemand was schreibt. So. Die erste Übung ist relativ einfach. Ich muss mal nach hinten gehen. Und zwar kommen wir quasi jeder auf seinem Level Und auch hier wieder, ich bin keine professionelle oder lizenzierte Trainerin. Ich habe mir einfach so ein paar Übungen zusammengestellt. Und wer die mitmachen will, kann die natürlich mitmachen. Aber seid vorsichtig, tut euch nicht weh. Und ja, also was wir machen das 25 Mal. Wir kommen hoch und runter. Und das sollte ungefähr in diesen unteren Rückenbereich gehen. Wer möchte, der kann natürlich seine Beine ein bisschen anwinkeln, damit es hier hinten nicht so zieht. Arm überkreuzen und einfach 25 Mal hoch und runter Pulsübung machen. Das wärmt den unteren Rücken etwas auf. Schön gucken, dass der untere Rücken gerade ist. Wer möchte, kann natürlich auch noch ein bisschen weiter auseinander mit den Beinen gehen. Fünf, 4, 3, 2, 1. So. Wer möchte, kann sich da natürlich einmal kurz hinsetzen und einfach mal ein bisschen nach links und nach rechts bewegen. Oh, ich muss sagen, ich bin so froh, dass meine Finger nicht mehr so wehtun. Ist zwar immer noch nicht optimal, aber es ist 1000-mal besser als gestern. Ich weiß echt nicht, was das war, was ich da gemacht habe. Dass meine Finger einfach so im Arsch waren. Ich weiß es echt nicht, ey. So, die Übung, die machen wir insgesamt 3 Mal. Das heißt, zweite Runde. Bein aufstellen. Rücken gerade und Puls. Fünf, 4, 3, 2, 1. So. Hinsetzen, wieder ein bisschen lockern. Wer möchte, kann auch mal eben noch mal einen Schluck trinken. Einmal nach links, einmal nach rechts, einfach mal den Körper noch mal ein bisschen durchbewegen. Und dann machen wir die Übung noch ein letztes Mal. Also wieder breit aufstellen. Rücken gerade. Und auf geht's. Fünf, 4, 3, 2, 1. Das geht ganz schnell in den Rücken. So, bei der nächsten Übung müssen wir mal schauen, wie flexibel ihr denn so seid. Ansonsten müsst ihr mal schauen, dass ihr das anpasst. Und zwar die nächste Übung. Wir stellen uns relativ breit hin und drehen die rechte Seite mit dem Fuß nach außen. Was wir dann machen, wir knicken quasi an der Hüfte ein. Wer die Flexibilität hier an der Innenseite nicht hat, kann natürlich auch das Bein leicht beugen. Und was wir dann machen, wir kommen quasi seitwärts hoch. Und das machen wir 15 Mal pro Seite. Und dann haben wir auch wieder 3 Durchgänge. Das heißt, quasi breit hinstellen. Das ist jetzt mein rechten Fuß nach außen drehen. Wer kann natürlich das Bein gerade lassen, ansonsten einfach leicht anwinkeln, Hände hinter den Kopf und dann kommen wir quasi aus dem 45-Grad-Winkel so weit hoch, dass wir mit dem anderen Bein eine gerade Linie bilden. Fünf, 4, 3, 2, 1 und dann drehen wir den rechten Fuß nach vorne und den linken Fuß nach außen. Und auch hier, wer eben mit durchgestreckten Beinen schafft, kann es mit durchgestreckten Beinen machen, ansonsten leicht anwinkeln. Fünf, 4, 3, 2, 1. Also das sollte ungefähr hier in die Seite bzw. eher in den Rücken reingehen. Also eigentlich direkt über eurem Hüftknochen, hinten am Rücken. Also genau da, wo hier der Hüftspeck normalerweise sitzt, da sollte das in etwa reingehen und auch hier in die Seite. Ich habe nichts zu erzählen. Ich glaube, ich muss nachher zum Zahnarzt. Will aber nicht. Ich muss auch gucken. Kurz vor 12 muss ich Schluss machen, dann muss ich nämlich den Zahnarzt fertig machen. So. Zweite Runde. Also, weit hinstellen. Zehen zeigen nach vorne. Nehmen unsere rechten Zehen. Lassen die nach außen zeigen. Knicken mit der Hüfte ein. Und auch hier, wer das Knie wieder anwinkelt, kann es anwinkeln. Ansonsten einfach in dem geraden Modus bleiben. Fünf, 4, 3, 2, 1 So, Fuß nach vorne rotieren lassen, linken Fuß nach außen rotieren, an der Hüfte einknicken und dann machen wir die andere Seite. Fünf, 4, 3, 2, 1. Einmal Beine ausschütteln, anwinkeln, so bewegen, wie es sich für einen am besten anfühlt. Knack. Vielleicht knackt dann hier und da auch mal ein Knie, wenn man sich hinsetzt. Das ist auch okay, solange es nicht weh tut. Das wird schon. Meinst du das mit meinen Zehen oder meinst du das mit meinen Fingern, Nadine? So. Das heißt, wir haben die jetzt noch einmal. Und dann haben wir noch insgesamt 4 Posen bzw. 4 Übungen. Einmal schön Oberschenkel ausklopfen. Ich bin auf jeden Fall mal gespannt. Ich habe nämlich gestern, also wegen meinen Fingern, meine Mutter, die hat gesagt, ja, vielleicht hast du einfach dich ein bisschen zu sauer ernährt in der letzten Zeit, dass ich mich da ein bisschen basischer ernähren muss. Und da hat sie mir quasi, also jeder Mensch, der scheidet quasi über andere Mechanismen Giftstoffe aus. Also manche, die schwitzen das halt aus, manche, die schwitzen oder geben das zum Beispiel über die Haut im Gesicht ab oder über die Haut am Rücken oder manche geben es auch über die Hände oder über die Füße ab. Andere, zum Beispiel Frauen, die schwemmen das quasi mit der Periode aus oder so. Also da gibt es ganz viele unterschiedliche Möglichkeiten. Manche urinieren es natürlich auch aus, das gibt es auch. Und bei mir kommt es immer drauf an. Ich bin jemand, ich entsäure quasi manchmal über meine Füße. Jetzt hat meine Mutter gemeint, ich soll einfach mal ein Basenbad machen, das habe ich gestern auch gemacht. Und jetzt kann ich zumindest meine Finger wieder benutzen und bewegen, ohne dass es so doll weh tut. Also scheinbar habe ich mich da tatsächlich ein bisschen zu sauer ernährt in letzter Zeit. Oder zu viel Sport gemacht. Das kann nämlich auch passieren. So, letzte Runde. Rechtes Bein, rechter Fuß, dreht sich nach außen. Mit der Hüfte einknicken. Hände hinterm Kopf. 3, 2, 1. Fünf, 4, 3, 2, 1 und wechseln. 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2 und letztes Mal. Und ausschäkern. So, die nächste Übung kennt ihr wahrscheinlich alle irgendwie aus dem Pilates oder, keine Ahnung, vom Physiotherapeuten oder so. Da muss man mal schauen, auf was für ein Level man ist. Und zwar legen wir uns auf den Bauch, legen unsere Hände vor uns ab, Beine haben wir ausgestreckt. Und was wir machen, wir heben quasi die Arme und die Beine hoch und kommen wieder runter. Hierbei ist es wichtig, wenn ihr irgendwie Rückenprobleme habt, dann macht es auf jeden Fall nicht gleichzeitig. Dann versucht es lieber so zu machen, dass ihr erst mit dem Oberkörper und dann mit den Beinen hochkommt, weil das nämlich sonst zu viel ist. Und das machen wir 15 Mal mit 2 Durchgängen. Und wenn ich hochkomme, mache ich quasi so eine Sekunde Pause. Das heißt, ich mache und dann wieder ablegen und direkt wieder hoch. Fünf, 4, 3, 2 und letztes Mal. Macht nicht denselben Fehler wie ich und habt irgendein Knubbelchen auf eurem Bauch oder unter eurem Bauch liegen. Oh, voll auf meine Rippe. Voll auf meine Rippe. Was ist das hier eigentlich für eine Musik, ey? Voll am Ausrasten. Fast am Einschlafen. Auch fast am Einschlafen. Sag mal. So, zweiter und letzter Durchgang. Hinlegen, Arme ausstrecken, 15 Mal heben. 3, 2, 1. Fünf, 4, 3, 2, Mal. Jetzt habe ich meinen Trainingsplan natürlich weggemacht. So. Die nächste Übung ist auch wieder auf dem Bauch. Oder wer vielleicht sogar einen Ball zur Hilfe nehmen kann, kann es auch machen. Das heißt, wir legen uns mit der Brust einfach auf, sodass wir fast horizontal zum Boden sind und wir schwimmen quasi eine Runde. Ich werde das mal auf den Ball machen, weil warum nicht, ein bisschen Abwechslung darf ja auch mal sein. Ich denke, ich werde das dann einfach mal zur letzten Übung machen. Ich kann euch gerne die vorletzte Übung auch einfach noch mal zeigen, falls da jemand dabei ist, der die noch mal machen will. Weil ich nämlich dann leider zu meinem Zahnarzttermin muss. Und ja, aber dann sind wir eigentlich fast ganz gut durchgekommen, würde ich mal so behaupten. So. Abdecken. Und was wir machen, wir schwimmen 15 Mal nach vorne und nach hinten. Schwimmen. 3, 2, 1. Fünf, 4, 3, 2, letztes Mal und ausschütteln. Oh, mein Ball. Ah. Mal gucken, wer hier alles überhaupt online ist. Interessant, interessant. Gut zu wissen, gut zu wissen. So. Alles wieder hier mal ein bisschen locker machen. Ja, ich weiß, Nadine, Rücken ist echt scheiße. Ich glaube, Oberkörper ist sogar, noch mal ein bisschen besser als Rücken, wenn ich ehrlich bin. Hallo, Jesus. Herzchen. Hier, rosa Herzchen. Gut, dass ich trotzdem Rücken mache, auch wenn es scheiße ist. Ey, ich meine, wir wollen es ja auch irgendwie alles ganzheitlich belassen, ne? Wir wollen ja versuchen, nichts auszulassen und ich meine, das macht man ja eben meistens so nie, glaube ich. So, letzter Durchgang. 3, 2, 1. Fünf, 4, 3, 2 und letztes Mal. Yeah, geschafft. Wupp, wupp. Hallo. Ich habe einen Real-Life-Zuschauer. Meine Obi steht hier hinter der Kamera. Ganz heimlich ist sie hier reingekommen. Ganz heimlich. Ich bin gleich fertig.
Ich war fortgelacht.
Ja, ja, ich weiß.
Willst du dir dann was zu essen machen?
Ja.
Achso, vielleicht will ich die
Oh ja, warum nicht? So. Ich zeige euch jetzt einfach mal, wer jetzt noch 2 Rückenübungen noch machen möchte. Und zwar sind das 2 Übungen in einem. Wir kommen wir kommen quasi mit der Brust hoch, kommen wieder runter und drehen uns zur linken und dann zur rechten Seite. Dann kommen wir wieder hoch, links, rechts. Die